right? Adin Ross got unbanned on Twitch like 2 days ago, right? Now, some of you guys might be wondering, yo, Myron, why are you covering this, right? Well, there's a few reasons why, right? Love him or hate him, it's irrefutable that the current generation of streamers that you guys have now, who I have been critical of, I'm going to be honest with y'all, the current generation of streamers that you guys see now, all of them, all the biggest ones, looked up to Adin, okay? The current streamer culture that we have now, all of them copy or emulate Adin to some degree, okay? Adin took a concept and made it huge. All right, a matter of fact, so I can better illustrate this for you guys, I'm going to go to my guy Sneeko's page, because Sneeko did a really good video on this. And if you guys aren't following Sneeko on X, you guys need to follow him on X. Bro's making great content. And I think the name of the video is Twitch is fucking retarded. Yeah. This sums it up perfectly when it talks about what Adin did for Twitch. And we're going to get into why this is super, super important. Oh, hold on. It's unmuted. Sorry, chat.
Arm too far unless it's the website where you get banned if you extend your arm too far unless you're black like Kevin Hart. Where you can call for the assassination of a U.S. senator if you do the humiliation ritual. And can wish PTSD on American soldiers if you're a fat industry plant. This website is unfortunately the main source of live streaming. What started as Justin.tv was sold to Amazon in 2014 for $1 billion.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it, I'm saying it.
Then slowly it became the place where people block traffic at a convention center dressed in cat ears convene online. Like if Portland, Oregon was a website. Autistic white people, before they knew what autism was. Normal people didn't and still don't know that there's an audience of people that watch an animated mouse play Fortnite for hours. Anyway, fast forward a couple years.
Twitch really is retarded, bro.
And there's a 30-year-old man with red hair who's flossing on Jimmy Fallon. Normal people are like, why is there a 30-year-old man with red hair flossing on Jimmy Fallon? And suddenly out of nowhere, this Jewish kid pops up and changes streaming forever. He's playing 2K and LeBron James calls him up. The biggest rappers are pulling up to freestyle. This kid is making more money than the celebrities coming on his stream. He's bringing on cute girls to flirt. He's joking late night with his friends. He's doing what regular people do. Suddenly, Twitch isn't autistic and gender fluid anymore. Suddenly, Twitch is mainstream. Then naturally, this kid starts maturing and learning about the world. How politics and fake morality extend far beyond just the government. How the entertainment industry is held together by fake friendships. To make it on Twitch, you gotta fake it. On Twitch, you could say America deserved 9/11 if you put on a dress. But if you say there are only two genders, you'll get banned for unmoderated chat.
And this is very important, right? So, as much as you guys are critical of Adin Ross, I know some of you guys in here don't like him. Hell, I've been critical of him. I've had my grievances with him as well, right? But I've done a decent amount of speaking with him behind the scenes, and I'm, very relieved to say, I don't hate the guy. I like him. I think he's a good dude. I think he's fairly misunderstood, and he had bad people around him for a while, right? And it's difficult when you're in your 20s to get the proper guidance when you're making that kind of money, right? Now, here's the thing that I want to bring more attention to. So, Adin did these things, said, he started to make more conservative comments, right? Conservative type comments. There's two genders, right? He started talking about political stuff. He started to bring Andrew Tate on the platform, right? As you guys know, Andrew Tate is, very controversial, had a lot of conservative talking points. He's had Nick Fuentes on his kick streams, Sneeko, myself, etc. Basically, when Adin, first he got banned, right? He got banned for having a conservative viewpoint. And while he was banned, he built up the app Kick, and he did collabs with people that are more on the right, right? He was doing it with Andrew Tate first, and then he got banned. Then he started to go even more into the red pill and the right wing, etc., bringing these guests on, right? So what ended up happening was this guy who was majorly influential in this streamer community, brought in voices and exposed young men to conservative talking points. That makes sense, chat? I'm gonna say that again for y'all because this is really important. This is really, really important. Adin started and innovated the current streaming that you see now, that FaZe and all these guys are emulating on Twitch, right? He gets banned off Twitch. While banned off Twitch, and right before he did get banned, he started to make a shift to the conservative right, started talking about more political and social issues. That's a big no-no for Twitch, okay? Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. You cannot be a right-wing influencer or political commentator and exist on Twitch. They will get rid of you. And I think Twitch kind of saw the writing on the wall when he started bringing Andrew Tate on, that this guy's going to continue to bring on controversial right-wing guests on his stream, right? Because if you guys think about it, I don't think anyone else on Twitch platformed Andrew Tate except for Adin Ross. I really don't think anyone else did. So I think that's what put him on the chopping block. And then once he said, hey, there's two genders, right? I think that was the final straw. And then they needed an excuse to ban him. So what did they do? They banned him for having the chat going crazy on the side, which is a ridiculous thing to ban somebody for, as Nico just explained to you guys. Because we got guys like Hassan Abi saying, oh, America deserved 9/11, which is fucking reprehensible, right? Or saying, calling for the killing of a senator, but he only gets banned for 24 hours. Meanwhile, Adin gets banned permanently for 2 years because he had an unmoderated chat. But what people don't understand is that it's not the unmoderated chat that got him banned. It was him platforming conservative individuals and Twitch not liking where his content was going. Do you guys understand now? This is very fucking important, and I want you guys to understand this. Very important. This is less about Adin, but rather what his influence and platforming right-wing creators did. Adin's growth and maturity is starting to align with more conservative worldviews by platforming people like Andrew Tate, etc., was a fire that Twitch needed to put out immediately. So when they got the opportunity, they got rid of him. Okay? And while Adin was down, right, and he was on Kick and everything else like that, he did even more collaborations with right-wing guys. Sneeko, myself, more stuff with Andrew Tate, right? He brought Nick Fuentes on to do a debate against Dean Withers. So that's the real reason he got banned. And the reason why I say this is problematic, or why this is not good, but I'm glad that he's back. I'm really glad he's back. Because I'm going to talk about what this represents. He gets unbanned. And when he gets unbanned, some of the biggest Twitch streamers are over here like, just don't do the white supremacist stuff anymore, or, don't be unhinged, or don't do X, Y, Z, right? And you can tell with some of them, they're happy for him, but others of them are not happy that he's back, right? And this goes to show the toxic environment that we have at Twitch, where on face value, a lot of these dudes are saying, oh yeah, I'm glad Adin's back. But let's be honest here. A lot of them weren't saying shit when he was banned. They didn't support him when he was banned. They ignored him. Now that he's back on, people want to go ahead and say, oh yeah. You know what I mean? But when he was banned on banned on Twitch, these niggas were nowhere to be found. Me and Sneeko stuck by him. Hey man, don't worry about it, bro, whatever. But these other niggas didn't even hit him, right? So, and that's why, Adin ended up coming up on our stream. Like, he felt really bad the first time when he came in and he lost that money and he kind of was like being pouty. He felt really bad and he hit me up. He was like, bro, I'm sorry for that, man. I'm gonna make it right. And he did. He came back the next week and he did make it right. So enormous amount of respect for him, because you guys know Adin can be flaky at times, but for us, he made it right. And he's earned a tremendous amount of respect for me for that. But I think outside of my personal viewpoints, right, if you look at this situation and analyze it from a more complex angle, this banning 2 years ago was a message, not just to him, but to anyone that's on Twitch. If you platform and or you have conservative talking points that we don't like, we reserve the right to find any bullshit excuse to get rid of you, and that's the bigger problem. And the fact they did it to Adin Ross was to set an example. Look, even this guy who built this fucking platform, who increased our user base significantly during the pandemic, even this guy that revolutionized an entire genre of streaming, that led the way for Kai Cenat and Speed and all these other guys to excel, he's not impervious to our censorship. Say that again. Even the guy that's responsible for our growth and pioneering an entirely new streaming genre, even that guy is not impervious to our censorship. You better get in line. And when Adin got banned, there was a chilling effect. Every single big streamer on Twitch stopped talking politics, unless they were already talking about it like Hassan. A couple of guys on FaZe started to get demonetized and get less ad revenue when they started to talk about politics. This guy, I think his name is Phantom. He was just simply praising God on Twitch. And he was getting warnings from Twitch that he needs to stop that shit. So this isn't just a political thing. This is a attack on conservatism in general. Not just from a political angle, but also from a religious angle as well. Right? And then when you look at some of the top streamers on Twitch, it makes sense. Bunch of dumb thoughts, idiots that don't really have skill sets, mind rot content. Think of it as like TikTok, but, you know, through a long form stream. So on the surface, it's like, oh, Adin got unbanned, great. But I'm explaining to you guys why he got banned in the first place and why that sends a way bigger message that a lot of people aren't noticing when it comes to Twitch. Now, give me ones in the chat if that all makes sense, because I think that's something that a lot of people didn't notice. So, give me ones if that makes sense. I'm going to go into the next thing I want to show you guys here. A762 says, oh, thank you. A762. By the way, yo, thank you guys so much when you guys send me links on Super Chats to like kind of add more credence to what I'm saying. Thank you for that, bro. This is the tweet that got him in trouble, chat. Right here. There are only two genders. This caused problems for him. 77.5 million. This is when they, like, you know, when they're making shit, they're trying to put the pressure on him. Yesterday we got, so Mike Beasy says, yesterday's stream was Big W main, and yeah, you J-pilled me, keep it up for gaining traction. I'm in Austin. You're doing a meet and greet when you come here this week. Border joke for you. Why do Mexicans only cross the border in twos? Because the sign says no trespassing. That's funny, bro. Yeah, I'm going to be in Austin this week, guys. Going to do some work with InfoWars. So I'm excited for that. I'll be out there on Thursday, chat. In Austin, Texas, the great state of Texas. Can't wait to go back. All right, cool. Now that you guys understand that, let's go ahead and look at how some of the biggest streamers were reacting to this, right? So we got, you know what, let me save Hassan for last. Let me, here, we'll play XQC.
Recently.
People get banned for the most outrageous shit over and over and over again, never get permitted. Okay? Adin gets permitted, Adin gets unbanned. And for 2 years, everybody was like, dude, what if this happens? What if...
I'll be honest, I don't know how anyone watches this guy. I can barely understand when he fucking talks. You know, I'm familiar that he's a former, like, pro Overwatch player, because I used to play Overwatch as well, so I'm familiar with who XQC is. But he's, like, transitioned over to, like, commentary, and I'm like, bro, who listens to this guy? Like, fuck, I don't understand nothing he's saying, man.
That. This would, this could, this would, this will, this could, this can, this could, right? And now that that's getting bad, oh my god, dude, would, this could happen. Bro, you're starting to sound like fucking schizos. People are starting to sound like actual fucking schizos. It's insane. Bro, I hate this, like, big wall of smoke, cloud of smoke, everybody's trying to cook, that, dude, people are gonna fucking die. People are going to, dude, if the guy gets unbanned, like, people will die. People are going to die, like, literally, dude. Like, dude, relax. Holy shit. Like, let it play out, see what happens. I'm confused.
Had Andrew Tate on his recently.
People get banned for the most outrageous shit over and over.
All right. So that's XQC saying how, look, people get banned for bullshit. Oh, look at this. This is funny. So Cuffham exposes Kai for, like, you know, kind of being fake happy. And Cuffham is one of Adin's people, right? So this is actually kind of funny. I saw this show. I was like, wow. And it's just, this is so, like, common in the streaming world to have, like, this fake type mentality.
Up.
Yeah, that's nuts. Cause I remember.
So Ada says, hey, Kai says, oh yeah, awesome that Aiden is back.
Up.
Yeah, that's nuts. Cause I remember when Aiden texted Kai and was like, yo, could you say something about this? This is unfair. How her son get unbanned after one day for saying somebody should be killed, and I didn't get unbanned. And this nigga Kai didn't even reply to Aiden.
Bruh. Fucking, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. Play that again for y'all.
And somebody should be killed. Yeah, that's.
And this is the Hassan comment. You remember, like, a couple weeks ago when he said, oh, yeah, they should do XYZ to Rick Scott, I think it was. And he only got banned for 24 hours.
Nuts. Cause I remember when Aiden texted Kai and was like, yo, could you say something about this? This is unfair. How her son get unbanned after one day for saying somebody should be killed, and I didn't get unbanned. And this nigga Kai didn't even reply to Aiden. Yo, that was nuts. The only people that tweeted something out was FaZe chat.
All that shit. Congratulations. That shit is so crazy. The only thing I will say, chat, the only thing that is just left to do is make sure that nigga up.
All right. What he was going to say before he got cut off was he's got to moderate his community better. Like, and it wasn't just Kai that said this. Your Raid said this too, I think. Let me see here. Your Rage, Aiden Ross. I saw a clip where he was saying the same shit. Basically, they're trying to pin the fact that he got, like, banned. They're trying to pin it on his community. But bro, that's obfuscation from the real problem. It's not his fucking community, bro. That was just an excuse, and that's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't about his community, unmoderated chat. No, it was they didn't like his political ideologies and the people he was collabing with. Okay, here's the clip that I'm talking about, right? This comes from academics. Your Ray speaks on Aiden Ross' community, AR loyals, and tells them to chill out a bit, says they're going to be the reason if Aiden stays banned or not. Bruh. See, and this is what I'm trying to say. Look, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but this is why I say a lot of these streamer niggas are stupid, right? No offense, Rage, but you're dead wrong on this fucking shit. It's not his community that got him banned, bro. Let's go ahead and see what he got to say.
You feel me? And it's up to him to make it up to whoever is mad. And if he can't make it up to them, it is what it is. If you are mad at the nigga, it's your right to be mad at the nigga. And it's up to him to make it right whatever way he feels needs be. You know what I'm saying? It's not up to me. It's up to him. Because, yes, he's had some dog shit motherfuckers on stream. I agree.
Bro, see that?
I hate those same motherfuckers that you hate, Chad. Don't best believe I hate those motherfuckers.
See? Bro. See what I'm saying? Am I a vindicator or what? See what I'm saying? Bro. What your Rage is too low IQ to realize is that it was never about the community, bro. Even you know this. Don't sit there and say, oh, AR Loyal's got to be in line. Nigga, that's not what got him in trouble. That's not what got him in trouble. What got him in trouble was platforming right-wing conservative creators. That's what got him in trouble. They just used the community as a scapegoat to take him down. Even you know that. Oh, yeah, you know how I feel about dog shit motherfuckers. You know who he's talking about? You guys want to know who he's talking about? He's talking about guys like me. He's talking about guys like Sneeko. He's talking about guys like Nick Fuentes. He's talking about guys like Andrew Tate. That's who he's referring to, right? And this is why I don't like Twitch, right? Twitch, like, they're super pro-censorship. Super pro-censorship. Even their biggest streamers, like pretty much all of them, advocate for censorship. The only one that doesn't advocate for censorship fully is Osmongold. And would you believe it, Osmongold is considered like their most based streamer. I kid you not, chat. Asmongold is considered their most based streamer. You guys know I've had my criticism of Asmongold. I've told y'all before he's a fucking lefty. He's liberal as hell. But in the Twitch world, he's considered based. Hell, I had Amaranth on the show a couple weeks ago. Y'all remember that when we did After Hours? For the real niggas, we had Amaranth on our show, right? And Amaranth goes, I forget how they came up. I think she asked me about like my where I lean politically, some shit like that. And I was like, look, you know, me, I think I'm, you know, right wing, very basic right wing. But a lot of people consider me all right. A lot of people consider me far right. I don't fucking know. I consider myself conservative to a degree. Most of my worldviews definitely lean right. The only thing I would say I lean left on a little bit is abortion, right? Within some kind of reason. But it's very limited, super fucking limited. That's the only thing that I'm like more center on. Everything else is fairly right, far right. You know, some people might say, oh, you know, that your abortion stance alone makes you more libertarian. Some people might say, oh, that's not enough. You still have extreme views when it comes to immigration and feminism and shit like that. Whatever. That's not what matters. So when Amaranth asked me this, and I said, look, it depends on the viewer. Some people look at me that way. Some people look at me that way. She said, oh, so you're based like Asmongold. And I was like, wait, what? I took that shit as an insult. I was like, what? Hell no. Asmongold is a leftist. He is a leftist, man. He is a liberal. He is, you know, furthest right he is maybe a centrist. You know, so she said that shit, I was like, fuck out of here. But again, that goes to speak to the nature of Twitch.